It all starts around the late 21st century or so when these aliens called the Zorda attacked the Earth. They unleashed this thing called the gene bomb, which exterminated most of the life and turned Earth into Mobius Prime. This completely changed everything on Earth and allowed there to be these furry people who existed alongside humans. So fast forward to 14,017 Common Era on Earth, which is now called Planet Mobius, with this chipmunk guy called Alexander Acorn, and he united all these tribal communities. But at the same time, there was this anti-furry human population called the Overlanders, and they separated from the animals by putting walls and moving north, when they came together and their magistrates elected the first overlord. Meanwhile, Alexander Acorn was named king of the city of Mobius, which is like furry Detroit. So Alexander became the first in the Acorn lineage, and he was a libtard. So by this time, the Overlanders were mining and advancing their military technology, and tensions were mounting towards war between the libtard furries and the neo-Nazis. So the Overland made the 100 Moons of Mobius project, which made the space colony Ark, and some other satellite things that don't matter. Then the third Acorn in the royal lineage had a friend from the Overland, and they decided it was a good idea to play with a gun. Yeah, the Acorn kid died. And then the Overland needed more resources, and they aligned with the Dark Legion, which is just a bunch of these people who look like Knuckles, but they're Amish. But then a couple hundred years later, there was an overlord called Charlemagne? Yeah, and he decided to invade the furry kingdoms to the south for their resources, and the city of Mobitropolis fell by the year 3220 in the Mobius calendar. The remaining Acorn family members, Elias and his mother Alicia, were transported to Angel Island, where they were taken care of by the non-Amish echidnas on Angel Island, where the Master Emerald is, by the way. And then some power-hungry nobles in the south allied with the Overland. Then the tide of the war between the libtards and the Nazis started to shift when scientist Julian Kintobor defected to the kingdom of Acorn for asylum. Then Julian helped the libtards fight the war, and he even arranged the final duel between King Maximilian Acorn and Overlord Charlemagne to decide the outcome of the war. Surprisingly, King Acorn won the duel and banished all humans from his land. The Overland was split up between those who stayed in the abandoned cities, those who led space colonization efforts, and those who settled in the United Federation. Meanwhile, Mobitropolis and the kingdom of Acorn flourished. During the brief years of peace, Julian Kintobor banished the lion wizard Kodos and the royal wizard Ixis Nagus, who is a collective consciousness of 3 other wizards, to the special zone, along with the current king, King Nigel. Then, the First Robotnik War was fought over a period of about 10 years, and Julian became the first Dr. Ivo Robotnik, constructing masses of robots to fight the splintered cells of Mobians, including that of the Knothole Freedom Fighters, of which Sonic was a member. This fight eventually led to the demise of the first Robotnik and the retrieval of Maximilian Acorn from the Zone of Silence. After the first Robotnik was killed, the Freedom Fighters were disbanded in favor of recreating a royal army. However, this peace lasted a whole of 5 seconds, because the second version of Robotnik from the future invaded the present timeline. This version would later be killed by his own ultimate annihilator by his nephew named Snively, who sympathized with Knothole and targeted Robotnik's DNA, erasing him from existence. The firing of this weapon let all the roboticized Mobians have free will, but it also released the Amish echidnas from the Twilight Zone. And this is the setup for the chronology of the Sonic games, which chronicles Sonic's struggle to free Mobius and its creatures from the oppressive Eggman.